Hello, world. Welcome to WFHR's Rapid Report, proudly brought to you by Crockett Septic for this September 12th, 2025. Have your host, James, here. We're joined right now by our good friends from Assumption Catholic Schools. We got Matt Zakowski with us right now. Matt, always good to see you. How you been?
James, great being back. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. We got a lot to get into today, Matt, especially with the beginning of the school year for Assumption and all of our local schools and everything. Let's dive right in where when you think of the beginning of school, you think homecoming. You think homecoming week, Matt.
Homecoming is rapidly coming upon us, James, and you're right. School kicked off for us the last week of August. Things are in full bloom. Kids are doing well from what I see, and you're exactly right. Homecoming is quickly coming upon us, and homecoming for Assumption this year is September 29th through October 4th. We have a lot going on that week, and of course, homecoming is always something for alumni to come back and just celebrate their time that they had at Assumption.
Wednesday, so you mentioned it's September 29th through October 4th. Things really get going on Wednesday, October 1st. Got Assumption's tailgate from 5 to 6:30. They got some fun with that.
You know, everything, James, primarily takes place at our high school. I mean, I know our other schools have some activities going, but there is a lot of planning that takes place for this and a lot of work. And you know, Amber France is our principal. She kind of spearheads a lot of this. And as you mentioned, on Wednesday, October 1st, we have our tailgate. Now, that is also a fundraiser, so it's not a traditional tailgate like you would see for the Brewers or the Packers.
Sure.
But we have some pulled pork and mac and cheese, and that begins from 5 to 6:30. And then we have a pep rally that takes place right afterwards at 6:30. Everyone's invited. This is open to the public, and it's most important that everyone knows that the proceed goes towards our 8th grade field trip to Washington, D.C. that will take place sometime early next year.
A wonderful opportunity for those 8th graders and a wonderful opportunity for our community to help out with that, invest in the future, invest in these kids, be a part of it, and also have some fun. You're right about the not traditional maybe tailgate, but some of the food and some of the energy and stuff, your normal tailgate. You got pulled pork and mac and cheese. You got a good tailgate already just with that.
They do it right. Just again, these are things, James, that people put on, but there is work. But it's a labor of love for people that do it.
Yeah.
So we really encourage the community to come on out. It is really a special week for us. And then, if I may jump ahead, on Thursday, which is October 2nd, we have a Mass for all our schools at 10 a.m. That takes place in the gymnasium and in the high school. Then we have a parade that goes right around the neighborhood of the high school at 12 noon, which takes place a little bit after the Mass. Friday, October 4th, our football team will take on Pittsville High School at the Southwood County Stadium. And then on Saturday is really the main conclusion of homecoming week. It's our homecoming dance, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the high school. Mm-hmm. Our teachers are looking forward to chaperoning this event.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be fun.
It'll be fun.
That football game, by the way, Pittsville versus Assumption, I remind everybody out there that don't know, this is the final season for Assumption in 12-man football. This is a historical season for Assumption fans, alumni, everybody involved. I say get in many of these games as you can. And if you know a little bit about the team, there's a lot of these kids putting their heart and soul into this team and working their tails off. And you have evidence of that of already an upset this season for the Assumption Royals.
I think they beat Pacelli.
Yeah. And if that victory is one of the only ones this season, is going to be noteworthy. It's a noteworthy season, and encourage people to check in these games, especially if you're a fan of, even if you didn't go to Assumption, you're a high school football fan. This is a historical season. Encourage you to check it out. I know we're covering as much of it as we possibly can around here. And again, I want to mention this team. There's a different energy to when you're playing like this and you're playing for those with those stakes and all that. You see what Assumption's already done this season. Be on the lookout. It's going to be fun.
James, that is such a great point that you mentioned. And it is a special season because it's our last season of 11-a-side football. Mm-hmm. And I think these kids somehow know that. The coaches definitely are aware of it. So it really is an end of an era as far as that, as we transition to 8-a-side next year. And if anything else, that win over Pacelli will make the season, regardless of what happens.
Oh, yeah.
The kids I mean, I really like the point that you made that they do perform their hearts out.
Yeah.
As we mentioned last month, come on out, watch football the way spiritually it should be played. And, the Packers are off to a great start. The Badgers will find out more tomorrow against Alabama.
Let's
But
see how they rank up, yeah.
come out and watch the Royals from Assumption, especially on homecoming as they
Yeah.
take on Pittsville.
That'll be Friday, October 4th, over at Southwood County Stadium. Pittsville coming to town, 7 o'clock start. And then, of course, coming up, you've got another good fundraising opportunity for people, and a really one that I don't know how many people could not enjoy this. The upcoming music gala, Sister Act. Great idea, fun show.
It is it's the first musical we've done since 2019.
Man, I thought it had been a while.
It's been a while, and then we had COVID, and things were kind of put on the shelf. But we have a very committed director, Ryan Husted, very passionate. He has things into place. He has enough kids to have this play. We were kind of concerned about that at first.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing that's really special about this, James, it's really acting as our main fundraiser in place of our auction royale that we had been doing since 2012. We're trying to change things up a little bit, get the kids and students involved. And again, all the proceeds that we raise from this play, and it's taking place November 13th through to November 15th at the high school. But the proceeds goes towards our Fund a Need. And what that is, it provides facility improvements at all our school locations.
Yeah.
And again, we're a private institution. We rely on the generosity of our donors, people that support these events. So, we're trying to provide a great play and raise as much money as we can during that time.
You mentioned, when you want to do something like this, the ambition of it. And I always admire this when it comes to musicals in general, because your normal production is going to take work and take a lot of energy and people. Times that by at least 20 for a musical. And you mentioned getting people to come out, the kids too. So that is the first step and the biggest part of it, one of the biggest parts of it. You get that to happen. Being able to make rehearsal time for kids as they're just jumping back into the school year. Having a good director that can make this all come together and everything. All these things have lined up so that Assumption can put on a musical, and a really good one. Sister Act is such a fun show. Supporting these kids and supporting the arts goes so much farther than we can really put into words. The confidence that you help these kids build. Maybe they won't go on and be an actor one day or anything, but whatever they're going to do public speaking. They're going to be working with others. They're going to be taking the skill sets that they learned from this and that you encouraged by coming to these shows to whatever field they go into. I've seen it my whole career, my whole life. I've seen people do this, and kids that I was in a high school play with, and now they are, a manager of this or doing that. It happens all the time, and here's a great chance to be a part of it while also adding to the great work of Assumption and things they're doing over there. These performances, it looks like the first show Thursday, November 13th, and they got a dinner show with it. That's cool.
That's right, James. And if I could just piggyback on what you just said about the life lessons that these kids learn to be part of this play. I mean, very similar to athletics. Perseverance, self-confidence, self-esteem, the value of teamwork. You can't put isn't that old MasterCard commercial, those type of things are priceless.
Yeah.
And, you always equate those life lessons with athletics, but, drama is just as predominant.
Yeah, it really is able to
really
do that for
is.
these kids. And it's you got a couple of different chances to see this show, too, everybody. Now, I do like, as I mentioned, there's Thursday, November 13th, dinner show performance. Love when you're able to combine those things. That's always fun. So you got that going on. That'll be 5:30 the social, and then 6 o'clock the dinner. And $60 a ticket, and knowing that you're helping out the community and helping out with the school with that one. Friday, November 14th, another show, 7 o'clock.
You're right, James, you're right. The Thursday, November 13th, that kicks off the performance. That's our dinner show. We have a lot of our sponsors that'll be there that I'll recognize in a little bit. But that is, all shows are important, but that one especially, because that really emphasizes that this is a fundraiser. So it's $60 a ticket. We're catering our dinner. Lori and friends from the CUSA have been very wonderful at working with us. And I also want to note that we will have some silent auction items available.
Nice.
That we're piecing together some really cool stuff and I think people will love to bid on stuff that we'll have. But that dinner show, very important. And then, as you mentioned, James, we have other shows on Friday, November 14th, 7 p.m. Now, the tickets for the Friday and Saturday show are much less than the dinner show.
Sure.
Because we want to encourage the community to come out and make it affordable, but at the same time recognizing that it is a fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
So the price of the tickets for those shows, $15 for an adult, $10 for a student. And then on Saturday we have two shows. We have a matinee performance that starts at 1 p.m. and then things conclude with our final performance on Saturday at 7 p.m. Again, $15 adults, $10 for student. You can't beat that price.
Yep.
Come on out and support this.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. You mentioned, of course, the silent auction items throughout, so something else to keep in mind, everybody. And we really want to thank the people that helped bring this together, these sponsors that put into this and invested in our community.
Absolutely. James, Friends of Assumption, through thick and thin. And I'm just, if I could at this time, just honor and just recognize these organizations and people from the community. It's just a great diverse collection of people all across our community support our organization. They have supported the auction. They're really excited about what we're doing, something different with the musical. And if I could just read those off, we have the Ann Santaga family, Solaris, Pilner Williams Plumbing and Heating, Ida Sports Bar and Grill. You gotta love Ida's. Emily Cranberry, Altman Construction, and then we have Nakusa Port Edward State Bank, Urban's Greenhouse, Greenway RV Sales and Service, and Members Advantage Credit Union, and we're hoping to get a few more before the end of this month.
Something to keep in mind if you would like to be a part of this and you're a business out there and you want to help with it, reach out to our friends over at Assumption and find out how you can be a part of things. And we'll be talking about all of these events as we get closer to them, Matt, and making sure our audience knows and we get a good crowd for all of these, whether it's the homecoming game or the Sister Act musical. We'll make sure to be mentioning them.
Absolutely. I know, James, I just was speaking with Pam. I know we're going to have Ryan and hopefully some of the actors
Yeah,
to
looking forward
talk
to
more about that. And I know you'll have fun with that.
Yeah, that'll be a blast. Looking forward to it. Before we let you go, we did want to mention just one other, couple of other things, a couple updates. Remind everybody that there is a bingo Sunday, September 21st. Wanted to mention this.
I haven't looked on the Packers schedule yet if there's any conflicts. I don't think there is. So it's.
Sure. I don't think so.
We had in fact, our first bingo took place September 7th, and the proceeds for that went towards the musical. And I think we had a good turnout, even though they did have the craft show downtown that day. There's a lot going on in the area in September.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, James, our next one, Sunday, September 21st, at the high school. It starts at 1 p.m. on Sunday. And then we have, I know I spoke about this last month, our new playground at Our Lady Queen of Heaven. Our students were on that last week. And awesome. What a joy it's been just seeing how they are loving it.
Yeah.
And again, our playground, we're just close to wrapping this up. We're on Monday going to put our permanent fence, put our signs up. And I just want to acknowledge it. This project couldn't happen to a nicer school.
Yeah.
With our principal, Shelley Bruley, and her wonderful staff. It's just been a huge blessing for us. So the blessing and dedication we're looking at, not next week, but sometime the week after. Look on our Facebook page for that. It'll take place in the afternoon, and we'd love to have the community come out and be part of that.
That Facebook page is a great way to keep up to date on all the great things going on over at Assumption. You got their website as well, AssumptionCatholicSchools.org. You can go to either one of those, especially if you need to contact them for any reason, like you're a business and you want to be a part of things, or just want to find out more about the great work that they are doing over there and all the fun stuff going on with our kids. Matt, it is always good hanging out with you. Thank you so much for the time.
James, thank you very much. Have a blessed weekend. And we'll see you next time.
I'll see you soon. And thank you, everybody, for joining us for another edition of WFHR's Rapids Report.